and welcome to our guide to the cruise port of Skagway. The borough of Skagway is one of the most popular cruise ports on the Alaskan Panhandle, thanks in part to the attractions on offer and also to its stunning location at the end of the Taya Inlet. The sail into the port sees you slowly cruise down the Lynn Canal, the most northern fjord in the iconic Inside Passage, into the heart of downtown Skagway. That makes it a great destination to get up early, head upstairs to the top deck, and take in the incredible views of mountains, glaciers and waterfalls before you get your first glimpses of the city itself. The city was built up around the Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1800s, and whilst there have been lots of changes since then, the city does act as a time capsule to that period, where visitors can walk past numerous saloons on the high street and take a ride on board the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, which takes the route of early stampeders as they follow the Yukon River into the hope of finding gold. As ever, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications, as not only does it help us produce more content for you, but it makes sure you miss none of our Cruise Guys Top 10 Tips and Advice videos. Also, why not leave a comment below and tell us about your visits to Skagway. So without further ado, let's take you through all you need to know about the cruise port of Skagway. The port of Skagway is located right in the heart of downtown centre of the city, but with so many ships choosing to dock there are currently 4 docks in use and spread around the bay. Some of that is used for ferries, although smaller cruise ships will sometimes share that dock, and private vessels. So from a cruiser point of view, it is the railroad dock, the Broadway dock and the ore dock that are mostly used. The Broadway and ore docks are located close to the main high street in the city and make you feel like your ship has become part of the town itself. The railroad dock is the largest and can be split into 2 when the port is busy. If you are the first docked, you can walk off the ship and straight onto the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, or it is just a short, flat walk into the main downtown area. It is a slightly further walk if you are the second ship, but shuttles do operate for those with limited mobility. When it comes to cruise holidays with a stop in Skagway, there are 2 main differences in the options available. The first option is a repositioning cruise that starts at one port and ends in another. There are a few options when it comes to this, with the most common being cruises sailing between Anchorage and either Seattle or Vancouver, or vice versa, and cruises which start or end the Alaskan season by arriving or departing for Asia. The second option is to choose a round-trip journey from a nearby port, such as Anchorage, Seattle or Vancouver. This option is great for those who want to add a hotel stay to their getaway, with all 3 port cities offering plenty to do and international airports. There is lots to do in Skagway, but all of the city's attractions are based around its past as a gold rush town or the incredible Alaskan natural beauty. The highlight of any visit is a ride on the White Pass and Yukon Railway that winds its way along the cliff edges, through narrow tunnels and over wooden bridges, all whilst following the route of the early stampeders. Whilst it is possible to ride an historic carriage pulled by a steam engine, most will travel on modern trains, but the ride is no less impressive and really takes you back in time to those early prospector days. After your train journey, or if you are just enjoying the town itself whilst in port, there are a number of options for visitors to enjoy. There is a small museum about the train line and gold rush in the former train station building, and also at the Klondike Gold Rush National Historical Park Visitor Centre. On the main high street, the Red Onion Saloon Brothel Museum gives an insight into the entertainment offered to stampeders and is a great place to grab a bite to eat and drink. The high street itself is an attraction and features a number of historic looking buildings that are now everything from tourist gift shops to breweries. If the natural beauty of the city is what attracted you to visit there are a number of hiking trails that you can explore either in the surrounding rainforest or head along the river. The Gold Rush Cemetery is found near to the start of some trails and makes for an interesting walk around. There are a few walks around town for those wanting to take an easier route, including the Pullen Creek Stream Walk, or you can simply walk around the main street and near to the cruise docks, where there are a number of statues, fountains and even some historic trains to view. For us, one of the things we love about Skagway is the opportunity to grab a drink or something to eat once back on board our cruise ship, find somewhere outside to sit and simply take in the stunning views that surround you. The main shore excursion offered by cruise ships is to take a ride on the railroad, already discussed, but if you prefer not to travel on the train, there is the opportunity to head into the Yukon on a minibus or coach tour. If you are of limited mobility, or if you would simply love a more insightful tour of the small city, there is a streetcar tour of Skagway offered. For those wanting to head further afield, there is lots to do on the outskirts of the city, including the chance to go panning for gold, visit the Klondike Summit Suspension Bridge, go dog sledding, and for the more adventurous, there are white water rafting experiences on offer. If you love animals, it's possible to go on boat rides to see whales and seals, or you can head into the surrounding forests to see bears and eagles. As one of the smaller ports of call out there is no need for visitors to use any sort of public transport whilst in Skagway, and there's only limited options for those who live there anyway. If you have difficulties with mobility, the bus tours on offer are your best options. The main cruise season in Alaska is between late April and early October, but both early and late season holidays can see you experience poor weather, so we'd recommend visiting during the summer months. The peak period is July and August, so if you prefer to avoid the crowds in such a small city, we would recommend heading there in either late May or early July, or in the first couple of weeks of September. So all that remains to be said is thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our look at the cruise port of Skagway, and see you next time.